Liam Coen, the Jaguars head coach. We had that drama. It seems like a long time ago. It wasn't that long ago when he was staying with the Bucks, not interviewing with the Jaguars. Next thing you know, he's the head coach of the Jaguars, and he inherits Trevor Lawrence, a guy who looked like he was on his way to being a top 5 quarterback after his first 2 seasons. After the last 2 seasons, it's in doubt, and we'll see what Liam Coen can do with him. And to complicate matters, he's recovering from surgery to repair the AC joint in his left shoulder. He's on schedule to be fully cleared by the time training camp begins. He had the surgery on December 17 and was in a sling until late January. That's the practical physical impediment to keeping him from continuing his development. You know, I feel like he's at a spot where it's going to break one way or the other. He's going to go top 7, or he's going to be guy who just kind of starts to just kind of hover middle of the pack, top 20 for the rest of his career.
It's a big year, right? He's got to get that shoulder right. Liam Coen is going to be the best thing that's happened to him in his career. So this is like there'll be no more excuses after this. We've seen what Liam Coen's done in LA with Stafford, especially what he did last year with Baker Mayfield. He's pretty special that way as far as offensive game planning and knowing how to coach quarterbacks. And Trevor has some things that, yes, definitely need to be cleaned up. Like you talked about, he's got the potential. We've seen periods of play where you go, wow, like he's carrying the team. The year they went to the playoffs, he had a number of games where he carried the team where you're going, he's kind of superstar-ish. He looks like one of the 6 or 7 best quarterbacks in the game. He's big. He's got a really strong arm. He's a very good athlete. But yet it just hasn't all come together. And I think that's where, hey, this offense, they're going to help them. Hopefully they can run the ball because they haven't been able to run the ball worth a damn the last 2 years. They haven't been very good at protecting either. So those are issues that people blame Trevor Lawrence that I'd go, those are kind of team issues that we're putting on his shoulders there. Let alone we know the defense hasn't been worth a damn there, especially early last year. It was like as bad as it ever can be. So there's been some things that have fallen on his shoulders. But his ability, his potential, has not been consistently met yet. And I think that's what they're going to try to get to with Trevor Lawrence and Liam Coen, and hopefully he can get there this year.
Well, and he's been through some crap in his 4 years in the NFL. Urban Meyer was his introduction to the NFL. The Urban Meyer lost season. And then he recovered from that quickly in 2022. And then the past 2 years have just been, which way are we going to break here? At some point, it's going to break one way or the other. And under Liam Coen, if it's ever going to break well, this is the year for it to start. Here's Trevor Lawrence, and these guys are available to the media this week because their offseason program's begun. Here he is on how Liam Coen is working to improve Lawrence's footwork.
There's some things I've known about my footwork over the years of playing that I felt like have been a little bit of a weakness. So there's some things that we've talked about of just what are those things? What are we identifying as things to, excuse me, as things to work on? And then the system is built around timing and tying your feet to your progression and playing on time. And so it allows you to get backside, allows you to get to checkdowns or whatever it may be, and you can feel comfortable playing on time. And more than any system I've ever learned, it's structured and based on that. They've done a really good job with this system of really thinking through how does it tie into a quarterback's feet, and that's what we've been talking about. And it takes some work and, flipping my stance, just some little things like that are small that many people wouldn't notice, but it is, I have so many banked reps of the other way. I got to just get all these on my own and work them so once camp comes around, I'm ready to go.
We talked earlier in the week about the patting the ball and the quarterback throwing motion and the Tim Tebow effort in 2010 to change his motion. I don't know how similar this is. I don't know how easy it is to eliminate bad footwork habits, but it's something you have to be aware of while you're otherwise looking around. You're otherwise getting ready to throw. Your feet have to be in the right spot. And it sounds like this system could be the ultimate way to fix bad footwork because the footwork sounds like it's so critical to running it the right way, Chris.
Yes, exactly. And there's correlation to footwork to the exact play that's called. Right? You could have a play where, hey, we got to take a 7-step drop, but the 7-step drop might be different according to this play. This might be a play where Liam Coen teaches you, hey, I want a real big 4, and then a small quick 3 at the end, and that timing should work perfect to throw the 20-yard out, right? There could be that. Then there could be the, hey, I don't want 7 here. I want a real big, long 5, and then I want you to push up in the pocket and get your body going towards the target. Trevor Lawrence does have some flaws mechanically. He does. So first, yes, you got to learn that type of stuff. With John Gruden, we had different drops for all certain types of plays. Big 5, we want a big 5 here. We want a big 3 and a quick 2 on the 5, right? There was a lot of different ways to do this. I wanted just a quick 3. I want a 1-step here. Get it out of your hand. So you learn, of course, the footwork according to the play and how the coach wants it. But then there's also, too, I think when you look at that, hey, it does help you in your mind because there's a clock in your mind. Sometimes if you just stand there, you just go, wait, is he open? Is he open? When you get married to your footwork to the play a little bit, Mike, your feet will talk to you. That's real. You'll take a 5-step drop, get back. You've been taught, hey, 1 step, the first hitch, look to the first read. The second hitch, look at the second read. And you get in a rhythm of that to where now you get into a game and you go, wait, I'm on my third hitch here. I got to get to the third read, or I got to run or do something or whatever. But it talks to you to know, wait, this isn't right, or I'm off kilter, or I got here too quickly, whatever it may be. That's what they got to figure out. But with Trevor Lawrence too, so that part's real. And we talk about his talent, and we know he's got talent. He misses too many throws that you go, you're too good to miss that. You remember the Houston Texan game last year when they started? They were 0-3. They went to the Texans, and after the game, Doug Peterson's like, I mean, all we can do is get people open, and he basically said the players got to make things happen eventually. And he was talking to Trevor Lawrence because he missed 5 or 6 throws in that game where they're just like, that's got to be hit if you're the number 1 pick in the draft and you're the leader of the franchise. So they're going to clean that up. And I know we got some tape and I got some other stuff we could talk about that he needs to clean up on top of the footwork with that. First thing he does, Mike, hops in place way too much, right? He'll just hop in place right here. Liam Coen's going to teach him to push up into the pocket a little bit, get your power going towards your target. So he's kind of a hopper in place, and then he throws it. You don't see Joe Montana do that a whole lot, or some other great quarterbacks. They push up in the pocket, they get the body going. Here, this is a great example of another issue he has. He does not always step to the target. You'll watch him throw footballs, and you could see, like, especially on the last angle, he'll step in the bucket, as what we call for a quarterback in the NFL. He wants to throw a ball over here, and he'll step over here. And that's going to lead to errant throws. So these are all things that the footwork will smooth him out, make him more consistent, and make him a better quarterback when it's all said and done.
Something I've never really thought of, how the footwork and the timing and the give me a big 3 and then a small 2, whatever the combination is on a given play, that becomes kind of your guidance through the chaos.
Exactly.
That's what you focus on. So it's not about trying to process a million things like quarterbacks would do if you don't have something that you can just focus on. Like, I'm focusing on this. This is what I got to do. And when I'm done, then this guy's going to be open. And if he's not, then that guy's going to be open. And it removes a lot of the thought from what could be a very confusing collection of bodies going in a bunch of different directions.
You're right. It's another, system of another way to run the system. And you're right, not have to correlate everything you're seeing and put it through your brain. Your feet will talk to you. And you'll know, wait, why? I'm on my second hitch. Why am I still looking at the first read? Everything's going to be messed up. I need to just run. That's what you'll hit early on. And he'll get to a point where he'll go, hey, first hitch, okay, that guy's not there. Second hitch, boom, he's there. I threw it on time, nice and smooth. And if they can work out the drop with him pushing up in the pocket, he'll be a smoother thrower. The other issue he has, Mike, and you and I have talked about this on the show before, is he can be a little bit like he's dropping back to throw, and now it's time to throw, and all of a sudden he flies and throws it really hard out of nowhere. And you're just like, whoa, it was all smooth. And then at the last second, we went with like the steroid jerk. I got to hit the ball 400 yards down the middle of the fairway, right? You wouldn't see a golfer go, let me take it slow back. and then go crazy and hit it forward, right? That's not what you do. It's all one smooth motion. You don't see Tom Brady do that. Tom Brady was who he was because it was smooth all the time. And those are some other things that Trevor Lawrence needs to get worked out.
And look,
it's a big year. He's got superstar
there was a lot
talent.
of talk.
Yeah.
All the talk while the Jaguars were looking for a coach until they finally woke up and fired Trent Baalke. The talk predominantly was Baalke is going to be an impediment to them getting the guy they want. There was a lesser known angle there where I think there were some candidates that were like, I'm not sure I want to go coach Trevor Lawrence. And even when Coen took the job, it's like, is he really 100% all in with him? And they're going to say all the right things. They're going to do all the right things. They'll give him a full and fair opportunity to adapt to the system. But this, we're already seeing it. This isn't, okay, we're adapting what we do to Trevor. This is, we've got a system and Trevor's going to run it. And the implication is, Chris, if he can't, you know what they're going to do? They're going to find someone who will.
Yes, yes, you're right about that. They're going to get things straightened out up front. The system is going to make them a better team. They got a superstar receiver in Brian Thomas Jr. If they can run the ball and protect him a little bit, he's not going to have any excuses. Because one thing I've learned from Liam Coen is he can get people open, and he can get them open down the field for explosive plays. And hopefully Trevor Lawrence can take advantage of all that.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.